Welcome everybody to the 8th episode of the Voice Chat podcast. My name is Maaz from TheAMaazing.
I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
Oh crap! I'm Swoosh!
No! We did this so many times!
You're so confident.
Wait, can we redo that?
No! We're
We started.
I'm Infamous Swoosh from the channel Infamous Swoosh.
And I'm Junky Janker. Woo.
Hola.
Crap. I was expecting
Dude.
Wow, switching
your
up
neck to go.
everything.
I'm sorry.
Better be.
You had one job.
I know,
Did you have
right?
one job? Alright, listen, Junkie, do we call you by your real name or do we just Junkie? Is that alright?
Whichever you prefer. I'm good with
Janker.
either.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll call you Janker. Alright, Swoosh and Janker. Welcome to the voice chat episode, guys. So before we start, I just want to shout out to everybody on Patreon. We're gonna obviously call you guys out at the very end, especially a few of you who's actually given us quite a bit. Okay, so thanks for supporting us, and if you guys want to support the podcast as well, head on over to patreon.com/voicechatpodcast.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So sexy.
All right, that reminds me of a tragedy actually. That I think I should voice out in the podcast because I'm a little sad boy about it.
Uh-oh.
So recently, we found out that we were able to be monetized
Oh yeah.
on the voice chat podcast.
Oh my gosh.
We actually didn't even take a look at it because apparently you need 4,000 hours and we hit 8,000 hours, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to monetize this. Right?
Wow.
Right? And I was like, guys, it's time to celebrate. We can monetize it. And I monetized it, right? And they're like, yeah, we need your full name for your AdSense. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I gave my full name and my email address. And then the next day I get an email from them saying, hey, you already have an AdSense associated with TheAMaazing. You can't have two AdSense accounts. We're going to disable monetization for your podcast. And I was like, no.
What?
And so
From
we
one
can't monetize.
mishap? That's
We
so
can't
dumb.
I emailed them using the channel, and they were like, sorry, only the people in the partnership program can monetize. And I was like, but I want to be in the partnership program. Like, this is what I'm emailing about.
Dang, dude.
Dang.
Dude, feels so bad, man.
That's
Honestly,
it's-
condolences. For real.
That's kind of messed up. You could put 30 ads in every single podcast. Dang, dude, that's messed up.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I wasn't even going to put that many ads or anything. Because I think YouTube automatically picks the right amount of ads for that level of content. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So. We just wanted money. Actually, we just wanted anything to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's zero.
Maaz is paying out of pocket for the podcast.
Bro, it feels so bad. Just
Oh.
I'm in debt. I'm in debt for this podcast.
You got
But what about you guys? You guys have it? Are you guys monetized even? You guys monetized?
Me, I got all the things, and then it's like, oh, your channel's under review, and it said it'll take. Okay, so last time it said usually within a week, and now it's saying usually within a month. So I don't. I mean, I've heard about it taking 6 months, but I'm in no rush to get monetized.
Funny story about me getting monetized. All right, so I started YouTube in 2016, making videos, and by 2017 I was like, dang, I should probably set up monetization. I'm pretty sure I could do it since I'm over 10K, because at the time I'm pretty sure it was over 10,000 subscribers or 10K views. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, sick. Let me do this. And I forgot when I set up my email for my YouTube channel, it was the only email I had at the time. I'm not saying which, if it was Gmail or whatever, but basically I set it up as me being the actual age that I am, which is 16. At the time I was 14. So I set up as 14, and I'm like, oh, this should be relatively simple. I watched tutorial videos how to set up monetization, and I do it, and they're like, oh, sorry, you have to be over 18. And I'm like, okay. So then I had to go through this whole process of, I forgot how I did it. It was so aggravating. I had to get a parent's permission to do this and that, or have it set up on their channel, and then it gets sent to me when whatever. I don't know. It was so confusing, and it took about 4 months to make I finally start getting money, because it took a couple, it took at least a week for me and my dad to figure it out. And then they sent that like thing that I think they still do it. They send you like a thing, go like, hey, your verification code for your monetization is this. And then I did it, but you also had to do like some other like verification thing with the emails, and we forgot some email. Like my dad forgot like which email.
Bro,
he
it sounds like
used.
it's half your fault, bro. Shake my dang head.
Understandable, mine. No, but like it was so annoying, and I finally did it, and now we're all good, and I'm just so glad it's over.
Yay.
Good.
For now.
Yay.
You overcame
Also,
the obstacle.
Janker, I'm pretty sure, like, okay, because YouTube released a statement like a few weeks back in which they're like, we finally got everything sorted out for like the monetization process. It shouldn't take more than a month anymore.
Oh, okay.
And they even said it should take around about a week. So check if you
cool.
are monetized now, because I reckon it should have been done.
Yeah, I don't know when this whole thing happened, because, like, basically, like, I got my application sent in a little while ago, but if I check right now, I'm not sure. Because I don't even know how it works. Does it just be like, oh, now you can make money, or what is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, pretty much like.
Yeah, you can monetize them now. There you
The
go.
money fairy comes through and just says, boom, now you can get
love the money
currency for
fairy.
your...
It just goes into your pocket and puts like a $1 bill. It's like, here you go. And just like
Yeah.
flies away.
Yeah, she's like, ooh, bye-bye now. Spend it wisely.
But only in $1 bills. It goes to James and just like showers. Just
My God.
The fairies are so
like,
tired
here
of
you
carrying
go.
money. They're like, oh my gosh, this is like the 7th time.
Yeah. Logan Paul back in 2017. There needs to be like an army of them, just like.
Oh God.
Logan
They
Paul
all
had
just
a
dab on him.
money
Just-
fairy.
Yeah. They drop it and like dab and go away.
You didn't see it, but I just
Dude.
dabbed twice.
You just
Alright.
dab
Thanks
twice.
for sharing, Laddi.
Yeah, yeah. No problem.
I love podcasts because then there's things like, oh, I just did this thing in real life. And it's like, cool, this thing's audio only.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you're just like, what do you think about it? You're just by yourself in a room dabbing and no one knows except you.
Well, listen, Janker, you gotta teach us some of those moves, because when I watched your dang vlog, you danced so well. What the heck?
Thank you
What about
very
Maaz?
much.
You hit the nene. What do you mean?
Dude, listen, I whip Nene on everybody, alright? But like,
He edited it to make it look like you were just nene. It was so funny.
dude, I even commented, I was like, dude, I hit that whip Nene, bro. I hit
That's
that.
it every day.
and back and back and back and back. That's what it was like. That was funny.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, dude, how'd you learn that dance? And if you guys don't know, the dance is like, it's known as the Orange Justice now, which really saddens me because it's forever tied to Fortnite. And I really like that dance, but I'll always be reminded of it, and it'll be synonymous with it. But I just kind of watched videos and got better over time. Tempo Tantrum did the dance at some point in the vlog, and you could see like the difference in quality. The two dances.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers, we still make fun of it. We're just like, hey, dude, remember when Tempo did the dance like this, and he was just like swinging his arms side to side?
Yeah. I remember that part in the video.
Yeah.
It was
And,
funny because
Yeah,
Sorry.
because like learning to dance like that, it was just like a lot of people were like, because they were like, oh, dude, that's a cool dance. That's from Fortnite, right? And it kind of hurts my soul a little bit. every time.
same.
But Junky, my favorite part of your vlogs that you did at VidCon was the part where you petted a puppy. That was cute.
Oh my gosh, the puppy.
That was funny.
Aw.
Yeah, we all were just like petting it, and then he just walks away and goes like, "The puppy was disgusting," and we all started laughing.
Just kick
After
the
I
puppy,
did that,
bro.
I was
Just
like,
kick the
that's
puppy.
such a like Jake Paul thing to do.
I
like,
know.
I was like, that feels like it came straight out of like another
He had
YouTuber vlog.
back last year. He like got a really loud horn on his truck, so he literally just walked by like innocent pedestrians and just slam on it, and it's so loud. So like
That's
I
a
just
power
felt so
move.
Yeah,
like,
the one guy
that's
was
like-
suing him because it was so loud, hurt his broke out his ears.
dang.
At what point do you just say, like, people don't like me that much. I don't get that much validation. Let me put the super loud train horn on my
Oh my
vehicle.
gosh, those I don't even want
Well,
to
it's
talk
not-
about
it's-
those guys. They're so
It's
bad.
really funny because it's like it is a difference between, because I think about that kind of stuff all the time, like the psychology of YouTube and how people react, because it seems like there's no end of people acting like not great people on the internet, you know, like pranking and like, you know, the Jake and Logan Pauls and stuff like that, and the Rice Gums and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
that
like,
guy.
in my mind, what's really important to me is like maybe not respect, but
Respect.
just having like
common courtesy.
yeah, just respect, you know, people being like, hey, my name is Maaz, and everyone's like, oh, cool. And instead of, if I were to introduce somebody as, hey, my name is Jake Paul, being like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, the general layperson would be kind of disgusted. But then again, that's like I guess based on priorities, you know, they get so much money,
Yeah.
right?
Talk
It's
about
like-
it.
it's like too much to the point where it's like
It's so much money that they don't have to ever care, and they can just hang out with people who like them. You know
They
what
have
I mean?
so much money,
Like,
they can put train horns on their cars. It's like that's how much money
Yeah.
they have.
So for the fight that's happening next month between those two and the
between me and you, yeah, dude, I can't wait.
oh my god. So they made the stream $8 for you to just view it, to pay $8 to just watch the live, like the thing live. And it's like, why would you do
Yeah,
that?
they're gonna make a lot of money. They're
Like-
gonna make a lot of money.
They're like, it's gonna be the biggest YouTube event in history. Yeah, but I mean, it probably won't be if you advertise it and make it like, well, not advertise, like make it $8 for someone to view it. But I wouldn't be surprised if like a bunch of like 10-year-old kids just like, Mom, can I see your credit cards? You know, like, and I just
Not
feel,
even that. It's just like I would pay it just for the memes and see it. You know, I would do that
I don't
just
even
because
like,
I'm a meme lord.
there's gonna be one guy that like manages to get it for free, and his stream is gonna have more views than the actual thing.
oh my gosh, that'd be
That
great.
always happens too. It's like anytime you make someone pay for something, there's gonna be someone out there that's like, no thanks,
Yeah.
That's me.
and that's how you go to jail, I guess.
Oh, that's me.
Dang.
Maybe that's
The
how it
first time
is.
people see the real Junky Janker is just in jail. It's like,
Yeah.
hi guys,
Yeah. Who are you guys
guys,
rooting for in that
can we
fight?
get an F for the chat for Junky going to jail,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah.
What are you in
seriously.
for?
J-
Oh, I
Junky jailer, please.
Junkie
Oh
jailer.
my gosh.
I'm in the cell
The
and I'm like, what are you
puns.
in for? And my cellmate's like, oh, you know, I was just a massive
Bird.
doo-doo head to everybody. And then they're like, what are you in for?
And Laddie's in there. What are you in here for? I took I killed people. It's like, oh.
And then they pan to me and it's like, what are you in for? It's like, oh, I pirated the Logan Paul fight from YouTube.
That's just like,
Lol.
I think everyone in prison would just beat you up. Like, honestly.
No,
after
he's too
hearing
dangerous.
that.
They can't handle him.
They can't handle the Jankster. I'll just dance and they'll back off. They'll be like, oh, man.
Yeah,
That's the
got
guy.
him the pawn, lol.
Got it.
It's the worst thing
It's
I've ever
alright.
said in my life.
Listen, whilst you two are in jail, I can just be like, you know, I can just be happy that my arch nemesis Laddie is in jail.
Yes.
Laddie.
You're
I thought
right,
your arch
Laddie.
nemesis was that duck.
If you guys were in jail, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably help you out, Janker. I'll probably leave Laddie in there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Yeah, Maaz flies out to America just to help out. just to help
Just
you
to
out.
help Janker.
But not Laddie.
I'm just like,
While he's
I'm
there.
right here.
Yeah.
We're in that
Well,
little
listen,
booth
did you
where,
not
like,
see?
we're in that little booth with
Exact-
like the telephones, and she's just in the background, just waving.
Just crying.
the lost puppy in the window.
Oh my god.
Well, in my video, I've declared my war. You know, gonna fight against the laddies.
Quit.
Yeah.
How dare you?
What would you all go to jail?
This is a press conference before the war. This is like.
Wait,
the
what do you say,
police.
Rush?
What would you go to jail for if people were like in
Ooh.
jail?
Like, what's
What
the
would
most
I
likely
go-
thing you would go to jail for?
Stealing
like-
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Same.
Serious.
Probably tax evasion. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They haven't caught you yet?
Maz does his taxes on Nintendo Switch.
Probably. Well, listen, I've already been almost arrested twice for being brown. So I guess
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Don't you hate when that happens?
One in the airport, another one because I threatened to stab the prime minister by accident.
Oh no.
Wait,
Over
oh my-
Twitter DMs or something.
No. Well, listen, I don't know if I should make this into a video or not, but I'll just tell a miniature version. Anyway, so a friend of mine basically made a status on Facebook because the prime minister was coming to our city at the time. And my friend is a major meme lord like I am. So he was just like, watch out, Toto Abbott. His name was Tony Abbott, but, you know, as a joke, he called him Toto. He's like, watch out, Toto. I got my knife collection. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna shiv you, bro. You know? And as a meme, I replied to that comment going like, bro, I'm brown. I'll hit you up with those bombs, bro. As a
my
meme.
God.
As a meme, okay? The spicy meme. And apparently he got called into the police station and detained because of his status, and he didn't want to tell, like, he was gonna message me and be like, yo, like, watch out. But then he realized that if he were to ever message me, they would track me and they would realize that I'm a brown Muslim boy, and then they would like take me down immediately.
It's
You
a
know what I
bad
mean?
situation. Throughout that
Yeah,
whole
they
thing,
open my door and they're like, "Is that Maaz? Get in here!" I'm like, "Hello, my brothers. How is it?" You know, like, it's just gonna
Ugandan knuckles? What's going on?
make you kind of knuckles, bro.
Brother.
No.
Hello?
throughout that whole
No,
thing,
but it's just-
I kind of like imagine you just like they're taking you to the car. It's like anything you have to say, you have the right to remain silent. They're putting you in the vehicle. You're like, it was just a meme, bro. It was just a meme. Nothing to worry about.
It was a prank.
See
It
the
was a
camera
social
over there, dude? It was a
experiment.
prank. You know?
Say it for the judge.
Yeah. Oh,
I just see
man.
Tony Ave. I just stab. No,
Your
Get
last
him.
chance. Your last chance.
I get swatted right now. Like they just knock over my door. They're like, "Get him."
He minted it.
Prime Minister's a meme.
I don't.
But that's why I would go to jail. But what about you guys? Rush, you would steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah.
You.
I don't. I don't know. I mean,
Being a
I-
square.
I don't think I'd ever go to jail unless like my life turns to crap, and I just like do horrible things, which I doubt
Infamous
that's gonna
Swoosh
happen.
robbed a 7-Eleven for.
I knew it.
Lol.
Infamous Swoosh just wanted a Mountain Dew, or I going to jail for 30 minutes.
24-hour
walk in and you're
challenge
just like-
jail.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
24-hour
30 minutes
overnight.
is all you need for a sick story, bro. Just make a good story
Yeah.
time
I
bit
got
about that.
sent to jail.
Oh,
There's
man.
always
Not
that thing.
clickbait. So yeah, guys, everyone just watches because they think it's gonna be a meme. It's like, yeah, I went to jail for murder. I killed someone.
I don't even know how I'm recording this right now.
Yeah, I'm in jail.
I speak
Where's
to
the
my
microphone here?
Be alive. I sneaked all my equipment.
Listen.
I can do YouTube in jail.
There's a news article. Junky Janker hits Orange Justice in jail.
They
like,
send like
the-
a cake with all the recording software I need. It's like I'm
Yeah,
getting sponsored. by
dude.
So the warden like actually likes him and like sets him free because he likes Fortnite. His son plays Fortnite or something.
Like, hey, my
Bruh.
son plays that game. You can go,
Yeah.
son. Have a good day.
If
But
you
I
beat
killed
me at
someone.
Fortnite, you
yeah,
can go.
I know it's whatever.
I wish Smash Bros was the ultimate way to settle beef. Cause like,
Oh my
imagine
gosh.
if like you have some guy picking on you at school, like he could be a big bully guy, but if you can beat him in Smash Bros, I think you're superior. That's my 2 cents.
Smash Bros. Is playing. Like,
What if
my
you've never
favorite
played Smash
game
Bros, though?
franchise, 100%.
But
Well,
you say you were...
I haven't played Smash. So
Dude,
I don't-
we were at VidCon, Maaz. You should have had the opportunity.
Yeah,
Maz.
and
Yeah,
Disneyland,
but,
Maz.
What?
You can play Smash Bros at Disneyland.
No.
No, I'm just saying. If anyone doesn't know, I went to Disneyland with a couple other lads, including Rush and Laddi in this call, obviously. And we went to Disneyland on the 19th of June, and I was told that Maaz was gonna go. And then when I get there, they're like, "Yeah, Maaz didn't want to come." And I only saw Maaz once, and it was for 10 seconds. And then he had to run off to do something. And I literally never spoke to him again. And I was like, "Maaz, if you just went to Disneyland."
I'm sorry.
I'm just messing around. I'm
I'm
just playing.
sorry.
Yeah, we had a great time with you, Swoosh, at the beach. Oh, wait. Never mind.
You
no, stop.
told me it'd be all day. I have a picture of it.
The thing is, okay, so I didn't go to Disneyland. Great. Okay, cool.
Cool.
And Swoosh, listen, you saw me for 10 seconds in like the beginning. Yeah, okay, cool. And that's when I hit the mad whip nene, right?
No, it was when
But-
we were out in the near the fountain that Logan Paul ran into. We call it Logan Paul Fountain. We were at VidCon.
Oh, yeah.
And we
I know
met up
what
with,
you- yeah,
and
I
we
know.
saw Laddi and Rush, and then you came, and I was like, Maaz, and you were like, who is this guy? And you knew it was me. And then
I
you
was like,
ran off.
Michael!
Yeah, Michael. and then you just ran off. He's like, I gotta go to a lunch thing with some people. Bye. And then like I saw you at the
Yeah,
meetup,
oh,
but
yeah.
I didn't say anything to you.
You're
I was
right.
like, dang.
I'm sorry, man. Well, at the meetup, everyone was like, I was busy. Just
Yeah,
oh,
of course.
you know,
I'm not like mad at you for that. I'm just saying that was the only other time I saw you.
Oh, I'm so mad at
Feels
you,
bad.
Maz.
I'm so mad.
Maybe
at you, Maz.
that's
had
why you guys are gonna
priorities.
have your boxing fight because he didn't
Yeah.
talk to you. At
Just-
I'm totally down to fight a grown man. Like I'm good.
Now,
Jeez.
there are a few people that I wish I saw more, like Swoosh and Janker. You guys are like on the list, and your entire crew I didn't even see.
Yeah.
I mean, you said hi to Tempo, technically. exactly.
I said hi. I said as in like I said hi to all of you guys, but obviously that's nothing compared to actually having a chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like we
Well,
were
now
just,
we're
like,
on the voice chat podcast.
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, but we were all just like doing our own thing off like from the groups. There was like 11 of us, and there was like 40 of you, so we kind of like didn't really not actually 40, but we just kind of like stayed
That's
together.
fine.
Yeah.
What I loved in the vlog as well, Janker, was like, you know, we in the meetup we were signing everything, and Tempo's reaction when I announced, "Yep, the meetup has officially started," and he's like, "No," and
That was so that whole situation was insane. Like it was
That-
absolutely
What I expected was like a small room where like a couple like animators would be and just a couple fans.
Yeah.
I
Me
didn't think
too.
I didn't think there was gonna be that many people and us signing stuff. I thought it was just like gonna be people like walking around in a room saying, "Oh, you're this person. Can I get a signature?" Yeah, sure.
Well, that's what I thought as well, and then I realized it was already filled, and I had to do something about it. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's really
Maaz
bizarre.
took
What a crazy, what a crazy experience, though, right? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
you guys are like young, and we're all just starting out on YouTube, and we get to like go on that crazy ride. What was that about?
That was probably my
Insane.
favorite thing about VidCon. Just like it's so weird because I'm pretty sure all of us in this call just like start off as like regular people and just wanted anime, and then all this happened, and it was just like it's so weird to think like because I'm not trying to like brag, obviously not, but I was genuinely surprised with how many times I got recognized at VidCon.
Yeah, me
And I was
too.
just like,
Yeah, man.
Me
whoa,
too.
it was crazy. Like it was. I'm sure all you guys got recognized too. It was the weirdest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Rush got recognized immediately.
It was
I see
all
that
the
the
time.
Same. So did
His
I.
bright
I came in. I said hi to Nick. We met up.
Yeah, and called me
He's-
tiny. That was the first thing you said to me.
I might have said the first thing I said to him. I said he was tiny because
Aw.
I feel bad. It's just like I didn't know what to say.
Just
I
wait
said,
until Nick gets like way
Growth
taller
spurt,
than you,
yeah.
bro.
And then
Yeah,
we're gonna have a
facts.
back.
She's probably gonna be taller than me. But yeah. So I said hi to Nick and everything. We said hi to everybody. And then like a fan was right there, and she drew me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" like right after, like I was like, I've been in the convention center for 5 minutes. Like it was crazy, and that was the long chain of people being extremely nice and asking me stuff and to take pictures and stuff.
Nice.
One funny story is that these two kids met me on the first day. They didn't mean any harm, obviously. They were just like, "Hey, what's up? You're Swoosh?" "Yes, I am." "Take a picture?" "Definitely." Boom, fist bump. See you later. Right? I see him every time I passed by those guys like probably like 4 other times that day, and they always just said Swoosh, and I just would like wave to them. Next day, didn't see him. Third day, I saw him again a couple times, and at one point, our whole squad went up to the creator lounge or whatever it's called, and we saw Illy and Chris and other people, and Illy was like,
yeah.
"Swoosh, these 2 people in the creator lounge really want to meet you," and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." And they're like, "Yeah, they're just watching your videos and they really want to see you. They haven't seen you yet." And I was like, "Oh, that's lit." So I followed her, and then it's the 2 kids. And I was like, "Guys, I've seen you 18 times," and they're like, "Yeah, we know." And I was like, "Oh my god."
I just want to see you one more time.
And at one point, it was the last day, and I had to go in like 10 minutes, and I see them through like the clear glass going down the escalator, and I just dipped. I was like, "I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you later."
Damn, that's amazing, dude.
It was crazy. Like, it was like.
Wait,
oh
did any of you guys have any like embarrassing moments with a fan or anything? Like,
like awkward, or like they were just like embarrassed?
well,
or-
you already like dipped with that entire thing as
I had like an awkward situation. So
Oh?
we were running around the convention center, like 20 of us, looking for Eager After. And I was like middle
Yeah.
taking my hoodie off, and I was like, cause I was sweating. I was like, "Oh, this is too hot." And the girl was like standing there looking at me. I'm like, "Hi, are you TheAMaazing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, can you take a picture and sign something?" I'm like, "I'm in a rush, but yeah, let's do it."
I'm in a
Then
rush.
Laddi comes
I'm in a
over.
rush.
Maaz, great minds think alike.
And then Laddi comes over and is like, "Hey, Rush," and she's like, "Are you Laddi?" And it's like, "Ah."
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
VidCon?
Rush, I think it was genius that you wore your yellow beanie. Everybody recognized
Yeah,
you.
bright yellow beanie
When
in
I
a
was trying to
crowd.
find it,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. When I was trying to find you guys, I was like, look for the yellow beanie, and I like, you
Yeah.
know,
Okay. Funny story how I saw Rush for the first time. I was waiting at Disney for James and other people, and I see out in the distance, just like 4 people, and I just see a guy with a yellow beanie, and I'm just like, yo, is that Rush? And then they come closer, and it's Rush and two other people I didn't know, and Adam. So I go up to Adam, and I go like, I'm like, oh, hey, something else YT. Oh my god, I love your videos. And he's like, oh, I'm glad. And I'm like, no, I'm kidding. It's Swoosh. And he goes like, Swoosh, and he like freaks out. And I say hi, everybody. It was amazing. And Adam, it was so funny. It was great.
It'd be funnier if he was like, ew, Swoosh.
I know, I hate that guy.
God, I never want him in a podcast.
Oh, dude, all right. So I met, okay, so I'm not sure if any of y'all were there, but Ginger Pale and Chris from TheAMaazing did like a impromptu concert thing.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Right?
that.
Aw.
They did what?
I heard about that.
Like an impromptu concert thing where they sang in front of everyone.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was only for a small audience. It wasn't like
it was
a
by
lot
the
of people.
food truck Swoosh. It was like by there.
Yeah,
Oh,
by the
really?
food
I wish
trucks.
I'd heard about that.
And so that entire thing happened, and I go over to meet up with them, and these three people come up to me, one girl, two guys, and they're like,
One
yo,
cup.
are you Maaz? I'm like, yeah, it's, my name's Maaz. My name's Jeff. I'm drinking water and everything. And they're like, dude, we've been like fans for the longest time. You're great, whatever. And I'm drinking my water. And they're like, yeah, can we get a signature? And I'm like still drinking water. And I said, sure, but I still have a mouthful of water. And I just like splurge water onto myself. I'm like, I just splurge water all over my shirt, all over my pants. And I was just like, this is the greatest way for you to meet someone you look up to.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys get one of those things from that kid? They had a bag of these like 3D made versions of animators. And he was wearing the
no.
mayo-proof merch. And I was like, yo, let's go.
Bro. No, wait. Okay, I've got, like, there's a story about him as well. But, okay, the part 2 of that little water guy, after I embarrassed myself, I signed it. And then I dropped my cup full of hot water, and I was, like, spurging out. I was just such a spurg, all right? And funnily enough, the guy actually messaged me like a few days ago.
Oh.
You asked you about
And
your
he's
shirt.
like, I want to start like a channel, and I wanted to start with that story. And I was like, dude, go for it, man. Go,
That's
great.
awesome.
I have a similar
The 3D
experience to that kind of.
I was going to mention the 3D. Oh, sorry, Janker, you were saying?
No. You mentioned the 3D thing. I can get into it afterwards.
Yeah, so the 3D printer guy
That was cool.
that Swoosh you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was wearing the mayo on the very first day. Rush gets recognized, everyone's having fun, and a friend of mine's like, "Dude, I think that guy's wearing a mayo-proof shirt." I'm like, "No, he's not. There's only like 50 people who have it." And he's like, "But I'm pretty sure." And so I run. I'm like in the middle of signing for another person,
Runs away.
and I just start running. I just start running away,
Yeah.
and I tapped this guy on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Wait, are you
Oh my
wearing mayo
gosh.
proof?" And he was. And he's like, "Hey, are you Maaz?" I'm like, "Dude, come over here." And then I bring him over, and he has like these 3D printed out.
Yeah. That kid was great.
Yeah.
Just the nicest guy ever.
Wait,
man.
I have a story about him though.
What's up?
All right, so yeah, he gave us all that, which is really sweet, and I loved it. And then the mom was like asking, he's like, "Can we have your guys' number?" And mom was like, I don't have my phone on me. And I was like, "Give it to Rush." I'm like, "Oh, my number."
My gosh. Those two stories, I have great stories about, but continue,
Yeah,
Rush.
and I was like, "Yeah, okay." He's like, "Yeah, I won't give it to the other people." I'm like, and I was all typing in like, "Wait a minute, just you follow me on Twitter, right? Just message me here. I'll follow you on Twitter." And I followed him. I was like, "Just message me there. I don't want you to have my number." And the mom was like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Yeah, just message me there. It'll be all right."
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus. I was just like, yeah, I don't have my phone here. I don't think I can.
Here's a horrible story, and I still regret doing it, but it's just so weird how it happened. So me and the YouTubers Adini, Tortellini, and Luke or something plan to do a fan meetup in this one area. So we're doing it. Fans are coming. It's a great time. And then this one guy who's sitting down with another guy who has a camera asks, "Hey, what do you guys? What is this all about?" And I'm like, he looks familiar, but I go like, "Oh no, we're just animators, and we said we could do a meetup over here, and people are just meeting us." And he's like, "Oh
you're
really?"
getting into
And
this.
yeah, this story. And then he asks us about it. I talked to him. I was like, "You look familiar." And he goes like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know him." He goes like, I'm." It's like he's a YouTuber, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of your videos." And so I'm talking about him as fans are showing up. I'm like talking to him about animation and stuff, and his friend's filming me, and I still haven't seen a video on any of his channels from VidCon, so now I'm just like, okay, I'm kidding. But like, so the guy, he goes like, "Can I have your info?" And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" Well, first he asks where I'm from, and I'm like, "Oh," and I tell him the state, and he goes like, where? And I'm like, oh, and I tell him the city, like, begrudgingly. I don't know if that's a word or not. I'm just like, yeah, this place. And he's like, and then his photographer is like, oh, that's where I grew up. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he goes like, what school do you go to? And I'm like, oh, I go to a private, school. And he goes like, what is it called? And I tell him.
Oh no!
And then his photographer goes like, oh, I go to a different private school. I went to a different private school in that area. And I was like, that's cool. And he goes like, can I have your info? And I was like, sure. And I thought he meant like my name, like my channel name, yeah. And then he gets on his phone for me to put my number in his phone. So I'm not trying to bad talk the guy, but I of course not. But it felt so uncomfortable that he asked like everything about me except my like first and last name, and it felt really weird because he hasn't texted me since then. But like I'm just saying, I don't want to like do any like animation for this guy. Just like it's just kind of weird because like I don't know who this guy is, so just blatantly giving out my number and all my information. I was like, yeah, can you just like not talk about that?
Low key though, do you want us to bleep out his name? Because you don't want people to message him and be like, of course,
yeah, don't actually, yes, bleep out his name.
Mads, bleep out his name if you could. Yeah.
So just say So I mean, that person.
He asked you for all that information. Maybe he's just trying to make a clone of you. Maybe he's
like
and I don't mean to be mean to him. I'm just saying it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
What if he was successful? What if this is actually a Swoosh clone?
Oh my god.
Yeah. What if this isn't even the real Swoosh?
So that was kind of
funny. Listen, Nick, you're gonna fight a clone Swoosh, bro. You're not even gonna fight the real Swoosh.
Say something only the real Swoosh would say.
My name's Jeff.
There we go.
It's him.
Now
Slurp.
It's him.
Slurp.
Real quick, another story that relates to
No, Swoosh, hold on. You peel off your face and it's just a normal Swoosh. Now, Nick, you mentioned that there was something that that happened to you after
similar.
like
yeah.
So you were talking about how that the 3D guy like messaged you and was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to do this." Like a guy messaged you from VidCon. Some dude hit me up in the Twitter DMs. He's like, "Hey, I think I saw you at VidCon." And I look at his profile and he was one of those dudes walking around with a free hug sign. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember you. I went up and gave you a free hug. And he's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you want to play Fortnite? And then I haven't responded.
What?
And then I haven't responded.
Okay. I'm gonna like let someone else talk because I feel like I'm talking too much.
Okay, I have one little thing to say.
No, dude.
There's a squirrel outside my window eating nuts in a tree, and I'm just looking at him.
Ask him if I can have some.
Bruh.
Ask if he's gonna share with me.
Okay, here, I'm opening my window right now.
Yeah, you tell him right now.
Dude, wait until that squirrel comes in. Oh no.
Yeah, can I have your nuts?
He said no.
Oh,
dude, I'm sorry, guys. I just want to let you know that squirrel actually has ligma.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey,
what's ligma?
Maaz, what's ligma?
ligma nuts.
Oh, I got James so bad today. In a call with Nick a couple hours ago. I was like, "Oh, James, have you heard of SawCon? Like they have like cons for everything." And he goes like, SawCon? Yeah. What is that? And I was like, suck on these nuts. And he's like, ah. I was like, oh,
he keeps falling for them. He's so bad.
I know. It was amazing.
Ligma is a great thing. Okay. I'm gonna unpopular opinion. You know Ninja the streamer?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I think he is the most arrogant, just not great person.
You think so? I mean, he tries to make his image like not that. Like he tries to put that everywhere. Like, oh, I'm just a guy who plays video games. I'm just that guy.
No, but he's so arrogant. Yeah. Like every time I watch his stream, it exudes arrogance, bro.
What happens with me is like I try to sit down and watch like a Twitch stream, but it's so different from YouTube because everything's so drawn out that they're not even talking. Like you're just watching some dude playing a game.
I'm not invested in Twitch or Twitch streamers or Fortnite or Ninja, so I don't even know what to say. And I'm glad.
It's honestly, it's like the only streams I watch that I really enjoyed are the ones with story games. Like I literally watched Cypher Den play Doki Doki Literature Club because I knew what was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. It was really entertaining for me. But yeah, I don't know, like when Ninja said once that like Drake doesn't really care for his merchandise. I think Drake used me for views. I'm like, dude, Drake doesn't need to use you for views.
Yeah,
It's
seriously,
Drake.
that's
I
not
bro.
can't believe you used them.
It's Drake.
It's Drake.
If I was friends with Drake or some like person that's extremely popular and I look up to, I wouldn't just ruin my experience with them by like trash talking them. Like, I don't care like how popular they are, as long as I like look up to them. I wouldn't be like freaking. I wouldn't like be like, oh.
Janker, is that the squirrel?
Yeah, he's just chilling.
All right, Maaz, show this picture. That's a squirrel eating nuts.
He's just in the tree. My wife.
Just wait
My
until
wife.
look. Listen, that squirrel is gonna get you out of jail, bro.
Exactly.
That squirrel is.
He's
Obviously.
gonna
Yeah,
bust me out. He's
seriously.
looking at me right now.
You got the-
Aww.
he knows what's up.
Dude, Australia doesn't have squirrels. I'm so like sad.
Look
Wait,
at this
what?
squirrel.
Serious?
Australia has snakes, scorpions, and everything, but they don't have squirrels?
They have drop bears.
No.
That's weird.
We have drop bears and we have like wallabies.
I've heard of
and
drop bears. What are those? You gotta explain those.
it's like a koala,
Uh-huh.
but it's just like it's like a distant family to the koala. We have a bird called the magpie, in which it's like if you get near its territory, they swoop down and peck your head, and they aim for your eyes and stuff.
I've heard of kookaburras, but never of magpies.
The magpies are like a very well known, more in Queensland and stuff. Anyway, so drop bears are similar in regards that if you go out in their territory, like in the forest and stuff, they literally jump out of their tree and barrel towards you, like claws out and everything.
Dang.
It's messed up, bro. Like it's messed
You
up.
said they aim for the eyes, and that reminded me. I was talking with a friend, and they have a 5-year-old little brother. They're like, yeah, so I like playing little games with him. I hang out with him a lot, and he does this weird thing where he takes off my glasses and digs his thumbs into my
Oh
eyes.
no!
What?
Oh my good lord.
My brother
what
used to
the
do
He
that.
heck?
never like does any damage because it's like a 5-year-old, but he just likes taking off his glasses.
That's a lot of damage, dude.
That's a
Oh
lot of
my-
damage.
Not damn.
Just put some flex tape on your eyes,
Yeah,
bro.
just-
Shaking my dang head.
He's shaking my head.
My brother used to do that to
man.
me too.
Car destroyed
it's
in a
funny talking
massive
to you
collision?
guys.
Flex tape.
It's funny talking to you guys because it's just like I remember distinctly when and how I was introduced to you guys, both of you.
Yeah.
Swoosh, for me, I found you through Yak, Young Animators
my
Club,
God.
bro. Like my number one goal for Young Animators Club was to get on number one of Young Animators Club, and you were on the list, and I was like, all right, I'm
Dog,
gonna
I
get
was
up to
the
him.
first one. Like, let's go. Like, I'm just messing
And I tweeted
up.
at you. I tweeted at you, and I was like,
I
or
remember.
commented. I was like, I'm gonna get there, bro. I'm gonna.
And I was like,
I'm
go
gonna
for
be
it,
up.
man.
Yeah.
Look where
I'm
you
not.
are now.
I'm not the type to make threats. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like,
Not
I
no
hit
more.
10K, and I distinctly remember Maaz being like, yeah, man, one day I'll get there. And that was the first time I ever saw anything from Maaz. And I watched
No,
this-
I remember me saying like, congratulations. Just wait until I get there.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a threat, Maaz.
Bro,
I thought that was just you
bro,
being nice.
when I make a threat like that, I mean it. I'm gonna do it, bro.
God, Maaz.
Shake my damn head. And that's how I met you. Janker, funnily enough, I actually heard about you first before I met you.
Uh-huh.
So James messaged me and he's like, Mom, I need to call you right now. And I was
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
is there something that's happening? And he's like, bro, do you know Gumball? And I'm like, yeah, I know
I'm the
Gumball. I
one who
hate that
introduced
show.
Nick to James.
And I was like, yeah, Gumball's a garbage. No, I'm kidding. So
Like,
no. And so he's like, dude, the voice actor knows and likes my channel. And I was like, cool, random kid likes your channel, so what? And he's like, yeah. And I think he is going to make his own channel now. His name's Junky Janker. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And I
God.
watch it, and I'm like, oh, this kid is like, this kid's going to be a juggernaut, bro. What the hell is this?
Seriously.
What am I looking at?
Flexing. Oh yeah.
Your videos are so good, bro. Okay,
God.
here's a funny story how I met Nick. I followed the old voice actor for Gumball, and
Yeah.
and that guy posted a picture how they had like a Gumball voice actor or whatever reunion, and I knew there was a new voice actor because Veilskibum talked about it in a video, and I was like, oh, he has an Instagram. That's cool. I'll follow it. So this one time, so around the time I made like my tablet review, I posted the time like when I actually got the tablet, and I saw that Nick commented a thumbs up, and I'm like, oh wait, is that the Gumball kid? And I like checked it out, and I was like, oh whoa, he follows me, and I didn't know, so I was like, I check him out. I like DM'd him. I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, oh hey dude, I like your stuff. And I was like, thanks. Aren't you the Gumball kid? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, dang dude, this is pretty cool. And I like tried that night to get in like a Discord call with him so I get to know him better. And like he's great. Nick's great. And then like he was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, but I don't really like it. So I checked out his stuff, and I was like, what's your plan with it? And he goes like, honestly, I kind of like want to revamp it. And I was like, okay. And then like the next couple of weeks, he just worked on his style, and then he had a script for his first video. And there we go. That's the story. And then like I was talking to James. I was like, James, I got a new tablet. Oh, by the way. And then I told him about Nick, and then we got in a call, and it was great. I distinctly remember I was like, hey man, to Nick, I was like, you want to talk to TheAMaazing out? And he left his entire game and giant call with his friends just to talk to
I was
James.
playing video games with my friends. I was like, oh, bye guys, see you later. I came back and I was like, hey guys, guess who I just talked to? James from TheAMaazing out. And they were like, you know what? I'm not even angry. They were like, I'm not mad.
Good times.
Well,
man.
now you're talking to TheAMaazing, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm gonna brag to everybody. I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys know Rushlight Invader? You guys know
Yeah.
TheAMaazing?
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, no, I only play Fortnite. And I'm gonna be like, okay.
and then you just hit them with the orange justice. Yeah, I know, man. I know, I get you.
Yeah, that's how I get them.
Hey,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's my last resort.
Rush, you were saying?
I was gonna bring up another story from when we were at VidCon with Swoosh over here.
Oh man.
Oh.
I was at the airport eating McGriddle, right? I had a long day, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit over here eating McGriddle, enjoy it. And I get a text from Swoosh saying, "How's McDonald's?" I'm just like, I peek out and I start looking around. I'm like, where the fuck are you, man? Like, were you spying on me from? And I'm like, I text him. I was like, come over and say hi. You won't, you loser. And he's like, I'm not there. It's like,
I was literally home. I'm like, where I am right now, that's where I am. That's where I was when I texted
like, how do you know I'm here? He's like, he sent me a photo of me. I'm like, this is creepy. I look over to my right, it's just some old lady. I'm like, that's not Swoosh.
So my friend Tempo was there, and he texted me, goes like, I think Rush is at this airport, and he sends me a picture, and I was like, I have an idea. Oh, it was funny.
What are you doing here, man?
That's the biggest freak out though. Like saying like, oh, how's your McDonald's, man?
Yeah, like, oh man, it was weird.
It freaked me out, man.
Well, not only just that, but what about the beach day, bro?
Yeah. If only we could hang out.
Everyone
Swoosh.
was there.
I am so mad. Can we just not bring that up? Here's the story,
Whoa,
okay?
What are you talking about?
What are we talking
Okay.
about?
I'm just messing around. Here's the story with that. I met up with, it was the first day of VidCon. I had never went to VidCon. I didn't know that registration day was boring, so I basically hung out with Tempo, Nick, and Nick's brother for a while.
We broke a glass bottle. That was the first thing we did.
That was
Wow.
funny. I'll tell that story. Nick can tell that story in a second. But we were waiting for our friend Kevin, who was coming supposedly at 3:00. He ended up coming around 4 or 3:30, I forgot. And we were like, okay, guys. And then we had like a little reunion. We just like hung out with Kevin for a little bit, for around like 30 minutes. Then we all left, and then my dad and Tempo's dad got the rental car. They picked us up, and we all went to the beach. And right before we got picked up, I got the call from James saying, "Hey, we're not there anymore." And I'm like, "Dude, no." He was like, "Hey, me and Adam are leaving." When Kevin showed up, and I was like, "All right, that's fine. I already saw you guys yesterday, so whatever." And then because the day before it was Disney Day, and then when we were about to get in the car, he's like, "Yeah." Everyone left, and I was like, "What? It's 5:00!" I was like, so we ended up getting there by 6, and it was still really great. We ate at a restaurant, and I got like a sunglasses there. It was really fun times.
But you didn't enjoy the cold freezing water, though.
We need to meet up
I
with-
know. I wanted to like wreck you guys in volleyball because I played for 2 years.
We weren't really playing volleyball. We were just smacking up in the air, man.
Man, I was so upset. I was like, "No, James, why?"
Well, exactly your reason. It's like, it was just 5:00. It's 5:00, bro. We've been there since like the morning. What do you want from us?
Dinner
You guys
time.
thought if you guys thought that water was cold, that's Huntington Beach. That's as far south as the beach can get with still big waves. If you go
Yeah.
up like California, it's so cold. Like it's freezing cold. Like
Oh, no.
Is it?
it's
Well, Well, the thing is, it was cold only because the clouds were still covering everything. When the sun came out and actually warmed everything up, it was actually really good weather. It was actually really nice.
California, the one thing about California, it's like the weather here is actually like a blessing. It's crazy.
Seriously. The weather, like, it was so weird because when we got there, it was like kind of chilly, like coldish. But then it got warmer throughout the day, and it was so weird because it went from like cold to hot to cold, and that's not what it's like where I live. It's just like hot all the time.
Yeah, like
in like
Yes.
on certain days.
It is so hot here during the summer, and when I went to California, I was really worried because I thought it was gonna be like really hot. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
this is so
same.
nice.
I had to buy a freaking $40 sweatshirt. No, I think it was $20. But it was like at Huntington Beach. I had to buy.
Flexing on us, Swoosh.
Yeah,
Cream
okay.
sweatshirt. Oof.
You think I wanted to spend $20 on a sweatshirt?
I
Gucci
wanted to spend
sweatshirt,
60.
we get it.
I wanted to get my
Oh
money.
my gosh. Like I'm not rice gum, man. No, but I had to buy a sweatshirt. I mean, it's a nice sweatshirt. It's a good souvenir, but like it's just because it was so cold, you know?
Yeah. VidCon itself was cold.
All I did was bring like t-shirts and shorts, like not even a single pair of pants.
My friend texted me like, "Oh man, I was just in California. It was so cold, and then I get back to my hometown, and it's so much hotter here. What the heck is happening?"
Yeah, it was weird. I was genuinely like, what the heck?
Welcome back to the weather podcast, by the way.
Yeah. I like it was my first time on a plane and actually like really traveling. Like I've gone to a couple states like near my state, like via car, but like this was like my
You've never been on a plane?
Never. So my first one, so basically I woke up I went to bed at 1 trying to finish a video. I posted it eventually after VidCon, but I know I've been talking too much in this. I'm trying to hurry it up. So basically I woke up early.
It's okay.
I woke up like around 3:30. I'm trying to work my video as my parents are like, dude, we gotta go. Because our flight left at 6 and we're advised to get there by 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I have like an hour. I probably have like 30 minutes left of work. Then I can upload it because I'm in the editing stage. Like because literally the previous night, like that superpowers video I did, I spent like at least 5 hours just finishing up the video and doing the lip sync, and it was like actually awful. Like I don't recommend that at all. Like rushing your video because you're so stressed. Like it felt like you had like homework due like next period and you were doing it in study hall. Like it felt so like I didn't like it, but I just wanted to post the video because I haven't posted in a while. So I ended up not finishing it and I was really upset. And then it's 4 a.m. and we're at the airport and I was hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. So my mom packed me beef jerky. So I ate the beef jerky because it was good. It was good, right? But then like my dad's like, oh dang, I don't feel good because he had coffee before this and we're both stressed out. So he just like walked around the airport just to feel better, you know, went to the bathroom, cool dance, but nothing really. He didn't throw up. So then we were about to board the plane, and I'm getting nervous because I've never been in a plane. So then I'm starting to like, my stomach starts to hurt because of 1, me being nervous, and 2, the beef jerky, and actually 3, the stress that I just had trying to upload a video and it not working out. So the plane takes off. Oh, it's so nice. And then like 15 minutes in, I'm like, Dad, I'm going to throw up. Like, I don't feel good. And he's like, I don't feel good either, but I don't think I'm going to throw up. So the little person comes by with a little rolly thing. And they're like, you guys want some soda? We're like, sure, I'll take some ginger ale. Well, they didn't actually say that, but I took ginger ale because apparently it makes your stomach feel better. But I have so many, like, I literally only drink that when my stomach hurts. So I'm just reminded of this, like, the actual smell of the ginger ale. Ooh. That, oh yeah, I throw up when I need to have this. So then I threw up.
Oh no!
In a bag. I straight up threw up. I haven't thrown up in 4 or 5 years. And I absolutely hate it. It's like, I hate it. So it hurts. Like, I don't like it.
I love when it comes out my nose.
Welcome back
it's so
to the
yummy.
Vomit Podcast.
Yeah.
I love vomiting. What?
And like the people in the front of us were like, I remember at one point like a girl like in front of us, probably in like her 20s or 30s, like turned around and saw me throwing up and just like whispered to like her or the person next to her, and I was like, oh, this is embarrassing.
She would like, what do you think she said? It was like, that guy's hot.
No!
Very specific
No, she was
fetish.
probably just like, there's a weird 15, there's a weird 16-year-old throwing up behind us.
Man, the way that vomit just exits his mouth.
Turn me on.
And then we had our layover spot in Detroit, and like the entire time my stomach hurt so bad, and I thought I was gonna throw up again. I call up my friends. Did you guys like move to California? Like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm just like laying down, and everything. And then eventually I fell asleep pretty much on my whole flight to California, and that flight in itself was like the best. Like that was out of all my 4 flights there and back, that was like the best one. It was great.
Well,
and
now
I
we
got to
know.
California, and now I was happy. Everyone was happy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great story, bro.
So
Thank
good.
I just realized I can make like videos about this, but I'm choosing not to and just saying it in a podcast.
Do it later. You don't know.
You
Maybe.
can still make a video out of it. Not everyone.
My
of your
airplane
subscribers watches
experiences.
our podcast.
Yeah.
My first time flying.
My worst plane flight, not clickbait. In
Yeah.
parentheses, almost threw up.
Yeah.
Cops called.
When you mentioned
Almost
when
died.
Maaz mentioned the guy wearing his merch, it reminded me how really quick. Like, there's a quick story. Some guy, we were at the Teen Titans Go movie and it was about to start, and I saw a guy like didn't even know I was there, about like 20 feet in front of me, and he was watching one of my videos. So I'm like,
That's weird.
Nick's on my left. I'm like, dude, there's a guy watching my videos. So he films me. I get up, basically I sit down. It's like, I wish I said, man, that guy sucks. But I said, hey, what's up, man? What you watching? And he like freaked out, and it was amazing. And Nick got the
Yeah,
whole
he
thing on
freaked
camera.
out because some random 16-year-old was next to him.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
what
who
the
are
heck?
you? No, I'm joking.
I was wearing a shirt with my face on it.
I don't think so. I think you're just freaking people out, man.
Yeah. But it was great. We snagged a picture afterwards. It was great.
First the McGriddle story, and now this. Swoosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big old
I
creep.
have so many stories at VidCon, though. Like, so many things have happened. Should make a video about
Guys,
it.
you get the real swoosh. This
That's
is the real
me.
swoosh.
Hey, guys.
Now we know it's not a clone because he has
Yeah, it's
all
not a
these
clone.
experiences.
Yeah.
Now listen, peel back your face, bro. Peel back your face. It's like that scene from James's music video. You know, just peel back your face.
James has a music video.
Rush.
What?
I
No.
swear to
Dude,
God.
what? You didn't know, dude? Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, no.
Wait,
There's this
Rush,
crazy
wait.
dude. He did some really bad animation.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
the chorus, this guy did like terrible. It was really
Son.
bad. Like,
I will destroy you all. I will pinky wrestle you.
My least favorite part was the chorus. Oh,
Yeah,
that
me
was
too.
edited
no,
so bad.
honestly.
You don't you hate that it repeated twice? Like you could,
Yeah,
who would be so
exactly.
lazy
I
to
like-
not animate the second
I
chorus?
would have if he wanted more time. If he's like, hey, here's another 30 hours. I'm like, okay, give it to me. But no, he was like, oh, let's get it out tomorrow. I'm like,
No,
tomorrow.
but honestly, Rush, I really liked your video talking about it. It was like really interesting.
I
to
just
see
make
what-
weird
breakdown?
noises the whole time. I just say sexy. I was like, this is sexy. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh.
you kept saying that, but like, dude, the video
Sexy,
was
yeah.
really interesting to let's watch it. I'm glad you did that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Cool, man.
I was just capitalizing on the views. I didn't expect him to link it at the end though, which is crazy. I was like, James, you didn't have to. He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
sexy man.
gosh, I'll do it again.
Gosh, Mickey.
I actually
Oh,
just
gosh.
watched that yesterday. I showed it to my sister for the first time.
And
Wait,
what'd
wait.
she think?
Oh, she loved it. Oh man.
Yeah.
She had such an enjoyable time. Whew.
Wait, why didn't your sister come to VidCon?
What? Cause like, I don't know. My mom wouldn't be okay with me bringing her, and then like alone.
Yeah.
And it was my first time
But
leaving the state like on my own too. So like,
My friends recommended that I go alone next year just because I'll be 17 by that time, and I'm just like, dude, I cannot.
swoosh
It's
his
too-
big boy pants.
I can't do it. It's too like scary for me. I don't want to
Aw.
I don't
You
know
guys
airports.
You are kidding me, right?
I'm kind of like the
seriously?
opposite. I'm like ready for my independence. I'm like, boy, second I'm 18, bye. Bye.
I understand.
Nah, dude.
When I went, it was my first time like being on an airplane that I remember, because like the last time I was on an airplane I was like 4, and I don't remember any of that. So like when I went on, I expected I was gonna like crash, like like the
No,
one in a million planes that crash. I expected to be the one in a million, and I was like, oh my god.
I think it's because I was raised just like heckin' sit down. It not actually, but like I grew up. Shut up, Nick. I was gonna say something, but I stopped. No, I just grew up in like the same city, just like never really leaving, and I guess just like it just stresses me out if anything went wrong if I were to go to an airport and go to California and like what if my flight gets canceled, then what the frick do I do now? You know? Or like I get to California with like like no money or I live in a wall. I don't know, dude. I just like it's just stressful stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I flew to a different country solo, bro. Don't even
Aren't you like
talk to-
22?
Bro, what? I'm 21, bro. Shut up.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. Yeah, how long was that flight from Australia to California?
It was like 20 something
Oh,
hours, dude. It was so
God.
it was so long. But the thing is, alright, so I don't know how this happened or why this happened, but I flew to LA first and then I flew to Arizona. To meet up with the boys.
Oh,
Anyway,
of course.
the flight to Arizona, it says like first class, you know, M, and like I won't say my last name, but it's like it said my initials for my last name, and I was like, well, it can't be me, it has to be someone else. But apparently my flight got upgraded to first class for no reason whatsoever.
Let's go.
And I was like sitting on the comfy seats. It was like the big boy chairs, and I got like metal forks and stuff. It was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah, I can relate.
Dude. You too?
Yeah. I also have prolapsed anuses with forks.
That's not what I said at all.
Crazy story.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's not a crazy story.
Whoa,
You just
that's
said
a crazy story, Raj. Whoa.
You have a medical condition, bro. You need to.
Please send help.
Oh,
not
Nick,
even
you never
a
told the
story
story
anymore
about
at this
your
point.
broken bottle thing.
Yeah, your broken
Oh.
bottle. Tell us about the broken bottle.
Okay, get ready for this, guys. This is the craziest story ever. My brother and I got a bottle from a food truck. We tried a drink. We couldn't take the cap off, and we scraped it on rocks, and it broke the end.
You were mad, Nick. You're like, because like his brother was like trying to open it and it like broke off like completely. It's like I can't drink this. It's like you're an idiot. So then he said his fake name is Jeffrey. He goes, Jeff, you're so stupid.
You're exaggerating this way too much.
No, I believe him.
I think it went a lot different than that.
I feel like you were mad though.
Dude, it was all for the camera, bro. It was all facade, bro. It was all just like,
Shut up.
The camera
Dude,
changes me, man.
the camera gets on and I'm a different person, bro. You don't know.
Is it how it is when you're on Gumball? You put it on and you're just like, oh, bro, I'm the best.
Dude, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. That's how you gotta
Speaking
be.
of like voice acting, do you guys like how badly do you guys change your voice when you are recording videos? No,
So-
Rush. I mean, like story time. Like, hey guys, so I was on a call with Maaz, Rush, Laddi,
Oh, yeah.
and Nick, and we were talking about, just dying.
I've been like
Anyway, thanks
hyper
for watching this video.
Yeah, I've been
No.
starting doing like a
So-
hyper voice.
So like this is my normal speaking voice, and then when I start to record, I'm like, "Hey guys, wait, hold on. Hey guys, it's Laddi
Oh my
here.
God.
Today I'm gonna talk about this
Laddi.
thing that happened. Oh my gosh, it was crazy."
Can you imagine if like you took like that voice and just made it like super deep in Audacity?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Laddi. We're talking about my fears and phobias.
My fears of phobias.
Yeah.
And phobias.
My
Yeah,
biggest
fears of
fears,
phobias,
biggest
dude.
fears.
My fears of phobias. I'm afraid of.
I'm afraid of being
Being
scared.
afraid.
I'm afraid of being scared. It's like, wait.
Yeah. Whenever we were doing the like meetup, I tried to stay in character the whole time, and Chris was like, "Did you stay in character the whole time?" I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah, high five."
Yeah.
Being like the whole hi.
Nick's used to like exaggerating his voice, right? So Nick, isn't your voice just like, "Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Junky Janker here." You know?
Kind of. The thing with Gumball is that I used to, like, I did voice acting before that, but Gumball was, like, such a cartoon. Like, it was all super animated and everything was so extreme in there that I had to be trained to be Gumball. So, like, my first session, you can kind of tell in the earlier episodes that it's, like, the first episode with me doing that voice. But they basically trained me to just be punchy. So instead of saying like, okay, I gotta read something, let's go into here. Okay. Hey, my name is Max. Not really, but most of the people call me that. So instead of being like that, you would just have to be like, hey, my name is Max. Not really, but most of the people call me that. And it's like every word has a hit. Every word is like, and you talk so fast in that show. It's
Like a roller coaster.
everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be like, and it's an 11-minute show, so you have to talk really fast. And that's kind of how I learned to do it through
I'm not
Gumball.
trying to like kiss up to you, Nick, but like watching like some episodes, like the way they implement like visually like animation like is visually appealing, and also with like the great voice acting, it just makes it so good.
Well, thank you, Swoosh.
Like in one episode I watched, it was like how a guy hit Gumball in the gumballs with a trash can. He goes like, oh, okay, you know, and it's just so good how like he goes like, because though like Gumball was like, all right, so basically I'm gonna pretend like I hit you and then you pretend to hit me, and he goes like, or you can do that, something like that, whatever. And it's so good with like everything about just like animation and voice acting.
Gumball's
is just
hilarious.
so
Like the whole.
Thanks,
It's such a good
show.
show. I love
My
it.
sister and I, like, we've been watching it lately a lot, and because we were at a mini vacation recently, we were watching it on like the ride, and we laughed so hard. Like, it is
I want to
such
get
a
like
funny
every.
show.
I want to get like every season, but like I don't think Nick. Do you know if they like have it on DVD where you
Of
can like
course.
buy
It's
the
on-
season?
It's on
Blu-ray.
Hulu. I don't know if you have it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have Hulu.
Another
wish I
thing I
had.
noticed with the Gumball scripts, it's like 50% screams and impacts. Like going
Yeah.
into the booth, it's not just lines. It's always like, ah! And then you also have all the other stuff. Sorry, Maaz.
Yeah.
Did I break your ears?
That's
But
right.
in
I don't
general,
mind.
I feel like that show was beautifully animated. Like I feel like the actual real life backgrounds fit so well with it. Like, cause there's so many different styles with with each character, and it's just actually just amazing. I love it.
It works, man.
It works.
It just works.
And
All right. And with that, I think that should be it. That's the wrap for the voice chat.
Thanks for having
All
us.
right.
Wait,
Oh,
what
yes.
about
The fan art and Patreons.
Oh, let's go.
Look at those fan art.
We totally didn't forget again.
Thanks, Jim Jefferson, for drawing.
Well, actually, I don't think we
this.
have fan art this episode, so let's no. But the patrons as well. I just don't want to say again. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast.
Yeah.
I do want to add that I have some more ambitions for the podcast, including a H3H3 style highlights channel. But let's see how that works out. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And bye from all of us here, and we're gonna log off.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
See you. Thanks for watching.
Name Jeff.